Hey, so I saw your TV commercial.
Oh, thanks.
During the baseball game. Nice placement.
I was able to lend my voice to the cause that many, many people are fighting right now.
Well, right. So
yeah, because we got to keep the industry alive and thriving, and we've got somebody straight off the legislative floor today. Not just somebody.
Yeah.
The big man on campus as far as keeping these jobs here.
Yeah. So, John, how are you, man? Good to see you.
I'm good. A little tired.
Yeah, I'll bet, huh?
So the good news is, because I think that's what you're looking for, is the good news is that the bill that was passed out of committee hasn't passed the floor of the House. It doesn't look like it's going to. It wasn't included in the budget. The budget that went over to the Senate did not include any changes to the film incentives, and I think we have a lot of friends in the Senate. So I honestly believe, with the help of a lot of people, and Krista's very kind and generous and says that I do this, and really it's a team effort. And Krista's not just the cheerleader; she's the quarterback. She does a great job on this. And
she's a super toe.
She's been working on this for years, and when we get to these kind of points, and we reach these points every so often. Look, anytime you base a business around government policy, civic policy, then this is going to happen. You got to be able to show up, and people get, why are they talking about us? And I see these Facebook posts and things like that. Anytime you rely on the government policy to be able to have your business, then this is going to happen, and you better be prepared to go out there and make the arguments. I think we made the arguments forcibly this time, and we got through this special session. Now the 60-day session, which is the one coming up, because this budget fix is only for this year. The 60-day session is going to be a lot harder for film and education and everyone, and everybody needs to be involved. But can I rant about something just for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, we passed a death penalty bill out of the House in the state of New Mexico at 6:30 this morning. They went into session at 12:30. For 2 hours, they talked about whether they should actually be talking about it. Then they discussed literally a bill around life or death. And to have these discussions going on in the middle of the night without notice, with the public not being available to be there to witness this, is just wrong. And the way we make policy in the state of New Mexico, I cannot find anyone from the governor's office down to people who are not even paying attention who will tell you that this is right, how we're doing it. Unpaid legislators, $1 million Senate seats. There's going to be Senate seats here where $1 million are going to be spent for one seat, for a state Senate seat. The system is broken. We need to have a clear legislative. Sorry, because I have been up all night.
It's all right.
We need to have a clear, legislative process where people can know what time they're talking about these things, can get there, they can participate, they can see what's happening. The big thing that we need to do is we need to have regular people there at the legislature. And until we're the last unpaid legislator left in the country, you've got people who we don't give any money to, who have to, governor says, come in and have a special session. They don't know how long that session is going to be. They don't know when it's going to be. They have to quit their jobs, go up there, be there for a week. In the case of the House, has been up there for a week. They could be there for 10 days, and then they got to go back and pick up their work. We need to have a full-time legislator with people who are paid, people who are elected based on their expertise. We need to have campaign finance reform here, so we're not dumping $1 million into one seat, yet 3/4 of the seats were either uncontested in the primary or the general election. So only the contested seats are up there where people are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. This system is bust. You need to have, the legislators there right now are great. That's luck. That's just luck. We need to have ordinary working people, and the only way to do it is to have an opportunity for people like you or me or anybody else who's got a job to be able to participate in this process, and that's not happening right now. And this death penalty bill, people should just say enough. Life and death decisions shouldn't be made at 5:30 in the morning with nobody in the gallery watching.
Yeah, that makes good sense. I mean, seriously, it's almost like you almost make it sound as if when people are wanting to make the decisions a certain way, they make sure and put it that time of night so nobody can get involved, right?
I mean, there was a reason why the Breaking Bad bill passed in the middle of the night. So those of us that do this for a living like this, you shouldn't like this. The people who are most effective at these things shouldn't like it. The big lobbies, nobody touched alcohol. Would it have killed us to have a 5 cents a shot tax on alcohol to help balance the state budget.
Ooh, them fighting words around town, though.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody touched cigarettes. Nobody touched Walmart. I mean, how come Walmart pays less money than the mom and pop store? How come they pay a lower tax rate than the mom and pop store in the corner?
Than me.
That's not right. I mean, I'll call you out at Walmart. I'll call you out at Target. I mean, you're paying less tax than just the regular store or regular people in New Mexico. How come somebody making $16,000 a year pays exactly the same PIT rate, personal income tax rate, as somebody making $60,000 or $600,000? I can tell you why. Because the person who's making $600,000 can employ a better lobbyist than the person who's making $16,000 a year. And I say that as a pretty good lobbyist. When there's people out there think I'm a great lobbyist, I don't think I'm great, but I'm pretty good.
Okay.
So I'll say it as a lobbyist. This is wrong. This is your ability to be able to pay a better lobbyist shouldn't be the thing that puts the thumb on the scale.
Yeah, that sounds fair. But
and how did it change? How did the people taking action change the HB 15 decision?
Well, the people. There was first of all, you and I'm sorry. I'm sitting here with Krista. She did a great job. We ran the radio ads. We got money. The film business is not broke. And we're making money for New Mexico. A lot of people like film because we're the only people who are creating jobs. $1.5 billion a year economic activity from film. You took film out of New Mexico, and we're going to go from a recession to depression.
Yeah.
So I mean, the only good news, if you ever read the Journal, which is just, does anybody read the Journal anymore? I'm actually curious to know that.
I will. It's kind of the crossword puzzle.
I like it.
But the only good news you ever see in the Journal, is new films coming in and the balloons are flying today. That's about it. So when the balloons are not around, there's very little good news in the Albuquerque Journal. It was one of the few bright spots in New Mexico, and we got that over to people because a lot of people called, emailed, showed up, and made that case over there. If they hadn't, right now we would be talking about the death of the film business.
Right.
If people hadn't got involved in the process, but the reason why they got involved in the process is because people like me who are paying attention reached out to people like Krista who made sure that people knew this was happening. In education, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Why do we keep cutting education? The reason my film is so popular amongst educators is because they know that there's no point in educating people to be the farm team for Tucson or Austin or Denver. And what we're doing is we're sending our best and brightest out of the state. We educate them all the way up through a 4-year lottery scholarship and everything else. And then we say, oh, by the way, thank you. Thank you for participating in the process. We have no jobs for you now.
Right.
And the film business has created 15,000 jobs to keep young people here, to keep people a career. And that's not just people in film. That's the lawyers, that's the hotel managers, that's the dentists who take care of our teeth. That's everyone. That's the film business has done. It's kept people here. Well, we don't have a dental school. We need a dental school, by the way. But everybody participates in the film business because film money circulates throughout the economy. So we're keeping people here, and the educators really understand that. But we cannot have the 16th largest sovereign wealth fund, the 16th largest sovereign wealth fund in the world. We have more money than Russia. We have $19 trillion more than the U.S. government. Sitting in the bank here, over $20 billion, and not be able to make an investment in education that allows our people to get an education, pre-K, K through 12, and then higher education. They're cutting UNM 6 or 7%.
But they'll raise the tuition anyway, right? Yeah. Hey, we need to take a break real quick. You guys got a second?
Sure.
All right, hang on a minute. We got Krista in and Jon Hendry as well. Hey, now, John, this is good stuff we're talking about here today, but the problem, what we need to do real quick, just for the people that are wondering what exactly we're talking about, because there's probably plenty tuning in that are going, what? Mm-hmm. So explain what's in front of our legislature right now. That's
far too much, for one thing.
Well, okay.
But it's going on now. The special session has been going on for over a week now. They're hearing a whole array of what are supposed to be cost-saving measures to help fix this sickening budget crisis that we're in.
Right.
The reason, John's there covering every issue from top to bottom and fighting for workers and kids all the time. But of course, my main focus is the film industry because I feel that touches from top to bottom. I mean, my peers, I hire people, I employ people. John hires countless numbers of people. And as I always say, it's all about careers and building New Mexico. I don't want to leave here. If this industry were to leave, I could leave. Lots of people will or would. And I never want to. And that's why I like partnering up with John, because he's also though not native, with that Scottish drogue. I
love that Scottish drogue.
Yeah. Did it make you want a little drink?
Yeah, it did, actually. But, look, when we talk about the film industry employing people in New Mexico, and we're always talking about your opportunity to be a background actor or something like that. But the thing is, I've told you 100 times, I've got several friends that are carpenters now, truck drivers now. These are the guys that are my friends that are kind of in my wheelhouse that hang with me that are working because of it. And so I'm all for it.
The numbers go on and on. I mean, John's got people working for him and with him that were homeless.
Yeah.
Honest to God. I mean, those are the hard facts.
One of them was one of my buddies, probably.
Probably.
Yeah. So what's the pushback then?
What is the pushback?
Should I let you take it?
The pushback was, look, we are flat broke in this state, $600 million in the hole. They had to look at everything. And I think they were fair. Don't be mad at them for looking at us. They looked at us and they decided to leave us alone because we are the job creators. And people are mad because they looked at us. Stop it. Get over yourself. They looked at us. They said, you're the job creators. We're going to leave you alone. That's exactly what happened.
Okay.
The support was tremendous. I want to thank everyone who responded to the campaigns on Facebook, on television, on radio. Oh, plug for radio advertising. Thank you very much, iHeartRadio. I strongly suggest advertising with you.
Check it out. Who was your AE?
I had Boo.
Boo Abrams.
830-6400.
That's right.
Yeah.
Killed it for me.
For those of you that don't think you're necessarily in the film business, we have a big drone fest coming up at the International Spaceport, which, by the way, if you've never been there, is so cool.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
And drones are not just for like fun and flying around and annoying your neighbors. If you're in the real estate business, if you're in the ag business, if you're in the adjuster, it doesn't matter. There's so many different things that drones are going to come in your life, and the film business is expanding. Your telephone's going to become the way that you deliver medical information. The film business in the next 10 years, content creation and the way we deliver information is going to be huge. We're putting on this drone fest. It's not just about making movies and things like that. There's so many opportunities for people in their businesses to get behind drones. You should come down to the spaceport. It's the November, I'm looking at 11th through 13th down in Truth or Consequences at the spaceport down there.
Yeah, and I also have to give a plug to Southern New Mexico in general. They really responded loud and proud with the legislative issue because they were screaming, don't stop the industry. Blow it up, make it bigger, and bring it down south. And Southern New Mexico is amazing. I always talk, I'm an Aggie, but Las Cruces, TRC, Spaceport America, we need to send you. We need to send you and your families.
To the spaceport?
Oh,
yeah, I'll make it there.
Spaceport is something else. But come down and see the drones. New Mexico is going to be in the cutting edge. We want to be first in a lot of things. We just made the best movie of the year, Hella High Water.
Which I can't wait to see.
And the last time I came here, I made the offer, go see it. If you don't like it, email me. I'll buy you your tickets. And nobody took me up on that offer. Cool. It's a great movie. I can honestly make that offer. But we're leaders in making great movies. We're going to be worldwide leaders in drones in this state. People aren't paying attention. That spaceport is going to start turning billions of dollars into this state. We're moving into the 21st century economy. We have to diversify away from oil and gas and federal money because it's just not going to be there forever. And this is film's part of it. This whole drone thing and commercialization of aerospace is part of it. And New Mexico's on the cutting edge. People just need to see it.
Good.
It's a good time. It's a really good time. Please stay tuned. Thank you for having me on all the time because I will let you know these events as they happen, and they're always a good time. Yeah. I mean, I'm a curmudgeon, but I love this stuff.
You know the one thing that I bet the film industry does not like about drones, though, however? Speaking of drones, I just thought of this while John was talking. There's a website that I found that's a guy with a drone that just flies over the sets of TV shows that are in production and spoils things.
That's not annoying.
It's like he was right over the set of The Walking Dead. I can prove this person's going to die because right now I'm in my drone and I can't see them out there. It's crazy.
What a rotten spoiler.
You like his creative spirit, but what an a-hole.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So
we'll come out and we'll teach you how to do it the right way at the Drone Summit. The spaceport's really cool. Oh my gosh, the rescue equipment down there is epic. They have like an ambulance with a tire bigger than your body. It's amazing. Cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, I've had friends that have gone. They say it's great.
So,
well, I'm glad to hear that film industry got what it needed, and so hopefully the rest of the state will as well.
We're not done yet, but we feel very, very confident. Good. In the New Mexico Senate. Thank you, Senators.
Can anyone do anything at this point? Is
absolutely. This can go right back into the senators can. But, when you have a longer time to deliberate, the senators have twice as long a term. They have more time. They're not rushing things through in the middle of the night and things like that up there. Yeah. That's the way we set up our system. I don't think the senators have any appetite for killing good jobs in New Mexico.
Yeah, we can hope not. Anyway.
Nobody's sleeping up there, so keep an eye on it. HB 15, and of course, join us for the regular session where we'll still be fighting for film.
Nice.
Okay. Thanks.